Hi guys, this is Mohammed Osik and you're watching Code with Osik. Today we come with a good topic and a very trending topic in the Android field. You know that nowadays people are using and Jetpack Compose. Those who having started here. So this video is for the beginners and in this video we will check how we can use Jetpack Compose, how can create a application using Jetpack Compose. Let's come to the point. Here you can see we have a introduction to Jetpack Compose. This is the official video from the Android advocates. So let's play and check what Compose.
Welcome to Pathway 3. So far, you learned about Kotlin, Android Studio, and created your first Android.
Definitely in the start, you must have a knowledge of the Kotlin and you have already familiar with the Android developments. Also, you can easily jump into the Jetpack Compose. Let's move.
project. Now it's time to learn more about user interfaces, or in other words, how your app looks and displays information. Jetpack Compose is a modern way to build UI for Android apps. Jetpack Compose is designed and developed by the Android team based on the learnings and experience over 10 years of building Android apps.
Yes, definitely. It's a modern way to build UI in the Android Studio using Jetpack Compose. Jetpack Compose come with the multiple functions. Functions should be composable in order to run Jetpack Compose.
We built Compose in open source with developers in mind and in collaboration with the Android community. Compose is part of Jetpack, which is a suite of libraries that were developed by the Android team for modern Android app development. You'll see more Jetpack libraries in the upcoming units. With Compose, you write your user interfaces with Kotlin, the same language you use to build the rest of your app. What this means is you can use the same language to define how your app looks, as well as how the app should behave. This makes it easy and convenient to pass data and events between your app's user interface and the
Here you can see we have a set content methods. So this is a greeting function. This greeting function annotated with the composable annotations that makes function composable. So every function should be composable in order to run in this section. So here you can see this is name that is passing as arguments to this composable text function.
other parts of your app. If you developed Android apps before, you will be surprised how Compose lets you write your app UI easier and with much less code.
Yes, here you can see in old view we developed the UI using XML layouts, and now it's a modern way using Compose.
Compared to older views-based UI toolkit. In Compose, a UI component is a function which is annotated with @composable. This function doesn't return anything, but the function body describes what this piece of the UI should look like. Compose comes with built-in layouts and building blocks that you can use while building the app UI. I can add any UI composable, such as a line or multiple lines of text, and decide how to lay them out on the screen by using a row or column layout. Similarly, I can add a built-in composables such as images, buttons, checkboxes, depending on to be displayed on screens being created. Instead, when the app is called recomposition, any work for elements that haven't changed. In this pathway, you'll learn more about Jetpack Compose.
Here you have seen or watched all the videos, and let's come to the coding part. How we can create. So first step, if you have not familiar how to create a Jetpack Compose project, so just you need to in the file and create new project. Here you can see empty compose activity. Just you need to click next, so you are ready. Go with compose. So let's come to the again in the section build a simple application with text composable. What you will run, how to write composer function, text, column, and row. These are the composable functions that we will use in this series. So text and column definitely we use for the whenever we need to align our children in vertical way. So row we use in the reverse section, like we use row for the horizontal alignment of the children. So in the end, you can build this type of UI. So let's come click on next. So it is telling us how we can create an application. So it's a basic things that we need to get in this code lab. So what is Jetpack Compose? Already told you this is the modern toolkit for building Android UIs. Compose simplifies and accelerates UI development on Android with less code. So it's a modern development for the Android UI. So this comes with the annotations, functions greeting, it's a name and it's a function declaration. Modifier help us to declare easily padding and margins whenever we need to give. Here you can see this is a preview annotation. So we use whenever we need to uh, check all the preview in the preview section. So good point is that we can easily just we change the thing and we can easily check in the preview section. So preview section is important when I need to check in the UI. So here you can see the split options, show background, true, show system UI is true. This is a simple example. It's a composable function. So it's just a birthday card preview. It's a theme creating is the function. So it's that simple function. Here's the best practice we can use. Must be noun, done button, greeting function like composer function always try it with a capital letter. Draw text field with link, bright outside. So it's all the best practice we can use for it. Whenever you need to change font size, how you can change easily in the composable function. So SP scalable pixels and DP density independent pixels. SP is used for the font size and DP used for the uh, layouts. Font size argument, you can see we have given text as a message and font size 100.sp. How we can resolve this issue? Android X compose.ui unit.sp. We can import easily. Here you can see we can give font size, line height. Line height is used for the overcome the overlapping of the text. So in the next section and another text element. So it's very basic. We just started the composing of UI Jetpack Compose. So here it's multiple texts we can use in these sections as well. Whenever we have a multiple composable functions, we can use column, row, and box. These are the different composable functions that contains children. So alignment of a children depends upon the, like, if you're using column, so all the alignments of children in the vertical direction and row in the horizontal direction. So you can see first column, second column, and this is the simple implementations, and we can use content as well. Here you can see we are using multiple text with row composable function. Just copy and let's check how we can use it. As we have already seen, we are using row. Definitely row use whenever we need to align the children in the horizontal alignment of the children. So let's come to the coding part. So I'm using here you can see, just change this to column, and Control Shift F5 is a short key to refresh the UI. Here you can see happy birthday Sam, it's a form. I guess we have missing the form here. Yeah, here we can using the different alt enter press and press alt enter start with widget. So we can use like container, row, and column. Just change this to surface, and in the surface section, let's check what's happened. Here we use using modifier that help us to increase the size and let's check. You can see this come in the different. We can also give colors to background color to it. Let's say here column and surface come with the multiple properties that you can give to modify the layout easily. It's all depends upon your desired UI. So we are getting the same output on our screen as well. Yes. So align greeting to center. In the column, we have vertical arrangement. So let's give this property. In the column, we have a vertical arrangement because, as already said, column align its children in the vertical direction. So vertical arrangement is center. So just we want to align this children in the vertical and with the alignment. Here you can see. Let's give some padding. Let's what's happened. You can see we can easily give properties and you can check easily. Font size, I guess, very big. That's so it's so guys, we are getting the same output using coding as well. So you have learned very basic things of the Jetpack Compose. It's not the end. We are using more the properties. Let's we are using here text alignment. Uh, let's happy birthday Sam. We line the text in the center. So we have a property text align dot center. Let's build and refresh. So you can see it's align the text in the center. Here you can see. So this property is working fine as well, and we have a modifier padding alignment. Let's use this property as well for this section. And build UI, it's not giving exact thing. There's some missing alignment. Alignment from Compose UI. Here you can see easily difference what's all the properties are using and what are the purpose. You can see I have just given the modifier padding, some padding around this from iman text and alignment, and so this is output. We are getting the same output. Arrangement, vertical arrangement is centered. Let's come to the next screen, get the solution code. So I guess we have completed this. So guys, in this section you have learned composable function basing things, column, row, and box, and the text widget, how we can use in the Android app developments. So in the next section we will learn more about the composable. Thank you for watching this video. Allah Hafiz.